Let's see, Vincent, I kinda need something out of you here. Hugo learned that a detective from the police station that Vukovic killer targeted a woman only with blonde hair. Would you by chance know anything about this, Vincent, out of curiosity? All the Bukovi killer victims were blondes. I never noticed. Perhaps this is truly the workings of a madman, then. As much as I mistrust the authorities, a connection like this is hard to fabricate. Do you by chance know about the last drop, Vincent? The last drop? That's the speakeasy that was shut down recently. Know anything about it? It's where I get the inspiration for opening the nightcap. You see, I heard the usual clientele there was a bit too rough for my taste. Did you hear, I think it was Olivia that said that Killian was going around trying to get with blondes. You know anything about that? Killian going around attempting to charm blondes. Yes, that sounds about right. He's definitely the type to only care about certain looks. Fortunately, all ladies seem to be smart enough to recognize him for what he is. Fortunately, indeed. I feel like this conversation isn't going anywhere, Vincent. Oh, I cheered Elliot up with a mint punch. That's a nice drink. Clean glass, crisp taste. Beautiful cock. What do you need from me? Well, tell me a little about yourself. What benefit would we gain by sharing such details? I'm a customer and want nothing more from you than the drink. That wasn't what I asked. Do you have any hobbies? Well, I collect stamps. I inherited a collection from my father, and I am struggling to get rid of it. And I'm struggling to get through this conversation, to be honest. Stamps? Yes. The little square boxes you put on letters. I'm trying to trade the rare ones and become independently wealthy, but it is going averagely. You don't want to keep them? I don't consider hobbies to be a very masculine pursuit. Men should aspire to spend their time on things of value. Such as bettering society, exploring the natural world, mining for precious metals, colonizing the subcontinent, constructing large towers. Do you do those things? No. I mean, men in general, just not me, though. You denied that you knew Natalia Reed before, but, you changed your tune when confronted with proof. You hit it on her before. Let's get more from that. Alright. I knew Natalia, and all I can say is, she rejected me. Interesting. Is that all you have to say? Natalia worked for an accountant named Vincent. Would you know anything about that, since you tried to hit on her? Really? I don't know about that. I've got work tomorrow, so I'm going to see you. Please don't. I'd really appreciate it if you didn't. Evening, barkeep. What if I presented it to you? Would you, by chance, do anything with this information? Nope. Okay. I'm prepared for any of your questions, he says. Let's check this in with him, see what he thinks about this. The sting of rejection can be a powerful motive. Well done. I got a bad feeling about this guy. But we'll need solid evidence. This must go before a judicar, so our case must be rock solid. For rejection to be a motive for murder, he need to have a short temper indeed. Try shaking the tree and see what falls out. Confronting him might not do the trick. Okay, so while you're here, Olivia also mentioned that Killian hits on a lot of women, blondes specifically. What are your thoughts on that? He likes blondes. Not that rare of a preference. But it is interesting in this case. Doesn't this remind you of something we already learned? See what you can piece together. I've given you enough time. I need you to name your suspect. What are your findings? Not yet. I need more time. So, who are you accusing? I gotta be really careful. Peter? Peter's a suspect? Huh. I only get one shot at this. But I think right now it's a tie between Killian and Elliot. I mean, let's do a little background check. So Killian's into blondes, right? And what was Natalia Reed? She was blonde, right? Coincidence? I mean, that is a very specific detail. He's a bit of a weirdo, and he's into blondes, but he doesn't really have a motive, though, for murder. Peter, I mean, it could be Peter, but I think it being Peter's way too obvious. I mean, that's why I don't think he would be the obvious choice, because he's like kind of the oddball. So no, I don't think Alina Dragos. It looked like a man that killed her. But maybe that's what they want you to think. Oh, it looks like a guy. They would never suspect it to be a woman. That is true. And plus, didn't she, like, call her something, too? She called her a name, didn't she? I feel like out of all these people here, Elliot, I think, has the most solid motive here, because he got rejected, right? I feel like that's the most compelling one out of all of these. It's a solid motive. It would be a good enough motive to inspire someone to murder. He fits the build. Let's go with Elliot. Why would Elliot Lynn kill Natalia Reed? What's his motive? She rejected his advances. Elliot may try to hide it, but he holds some questionable views about women. And if Natalia rejected him, he does not have the maturity to handle that well. I've seen entitlement, self-hatred, and resentment in young men like him before. Dangerous. Do you have evidence connecting Elliot Lynn to Natalia's death? Nothing substantial. Elliot Lynn is a person of interest for us, but we'll need evidence to convict him. Our case is weak without it. Wait, are you sure about this? Once I present your case, there's no going back. Let's go with it. Very well. I will go present your findings to my superiors and return here when I have results. Rest assured, I will be back. Until then. I suspected the wrong person. I do not have the right guy. I can almost guarantee it. I feel like we marked the wrong man. I'm not gonna lie. I guess we're about to find out. Wednesday, the 10th. Let's see. Did we do well? Uh-oh. Maria and Alina sit at the bar. This is the first time you've seen them alone together, making it strange when Alina's buoyant persona finally drops and she looks, frankly, exhausted. The big fake grin is gone and replaced by a wan smile, a look that you read as the party's over. On the other hand, Maria seems happier, with only Alina around. Her shoulders are back, and she's leaning close to her friend, poking her with her elbow to make her giggle. What can I get you two? A few drinks would be nice. She needs something sweet. Nothing sweet, please. I need something to calm me down. It wasn't that bad. It's Wendy. She's always like that. She's the most stereotypical Harris I've ever met. And if she was a character in a book, people would reject her for being too Wendy. I bet she really does have a horse butler at that penthouse of hers. Is that a butler who's a horse? Or a butler for her horse? Or is the horse the butler? Or is there a horse for a butler who is also a horse? What are we talking about? Both. I can't believe someone that wealthy doesn't have better etiquette. I saw her eat creme brulee with that fish fork. That fucking mutated freak fish fork. Alright, ladies, settle down, settle down. Alina lets out a laugh, then turns and looks around. Anyway, I can't believe no one else has noticed. They're just too intimidated by her sharp tongue. Or is it a forked tongue? She's not that bad. Though, she was a bit mean to that homeless man. She was horrid. She told him to pull his socks up, and he lost a leg. Goodness, I didn't hear that. Wait, she told a homeless man pull his socks up? To his face, in broad daylight. I guess it's just sock. Sorry, that's not kind either. Goddess, do you remember when Natalia said, "Don't give them money, they'll spend it on drugs"? Yes, I remember. She said worse. I mean, at one time, I was homeless. So was my dad. She had no tact. Shame. She never met Wendy. That's a shame. They destroy each other. Clash of egos. Mutually assured destruction. Can you imagine? The lack of empathy by the goddess. You two don't seem to like Wendy. She's not all bad. I think her mouth is quicker than she realizes. And a lot more cruel. I think she's just lived a sheltered life. Sometimes Maria and I just need a chance to air out all of our frustrations. Sideways glances when our wealthy friends say something questionable can only sustain you for so long. Eventually, you need to let it all out. Yes. Please don't tell her we're saying this behind her back. I hate drama. My lips are sealed. Good. Then here's a hefty tip for you. Alina dumps out her coins in her purse alongside money for the drinks. It's probably triple what the drinks actually cost, and she doesn't seem fazed. But before she turns away, you notice her count the coins and exhale softly. After a moment, she looks at Maria and signals her to follow. The two walk back to their booth. Thanks. Need a drink, Killian? What else would I be here for? The ambience? What if I just gave everyone the night count? Because apparently that seems to do the most. Must be the strongest one. Right now, a stiff breeze would knock me over. I'm going to try and get home while I still can. Hey, Peter. What do you need from me? This look okay? Yes, hurry up. Huh. Well. Sure is a lovely night. Yeah, it's a very lovely night tonight. Elliot? Say, out of curiosity, what are your thoughts on potentially going to prison? Because I might have sent you there. I'm going home. That last drink is making me feel a little giddy. Okay, so if I can just get her in a good enough mood. Need a drink, Alina? Yes, get me drunk. Well, the night count seems to be doing the trick here, so, I got just the drink for you, girl. Here you go. Okay, since you're in a much better mood now, what do you know about Natalia Reed? Natalia? Why are you asking me about Natalia Reed? Just talk to me. Well, I know that she was a gold-digging cow who had absolutely no business dating my father. You thought I wouldn't speak ill of the dead? Whoa. I may not be kind to her memory, but at least I'm the one being honest. She was like a barnacle stuck to a boat. Nothing I did could dislodge her. I might try to accept her if she curbed his worst impulses, but she gambled as much as father does. She was an accountant who couldn't handle money. When I called her out for her scheme, she even threatened to have my father write me out of his will. Yo, keep going. This is crazy. Spill all the fucking tea, sis. My friends told me to stay quiet about my feelings, but I won't do it. If being happy today makes me seem callous or even suspicious, I don't care. The world is a better place without her in it. I see. So do you think if I gave Clara the night count, she would open up about being chased in the last episode? Maybe? The night count seems to be the go-to here, so I'm curious. Oh wow, yeah, that did a lot. But she's still in a shit mood though, apparently. What do you think of Maria? She's very pretty. I mean, that's what everyone else thinks. And I guess they're right. She's so delicate and well dressed, not to mention smart. Maybe you should fuck her. But that's all that was? What do you want to know, bartender? They were talking some shit about you the other day. Would you by chance happen to know anything? Natalia? And Alina? Natalia Reed was the girlfriend of Alina's father. Yes, I know. Then again, that does explain things somewhat. Alina hated Natalia. She refused to call Natalia by her name. She called her Leah Reed, and usually with some associated savage profanity. Oh, to be hated. The drama. I don't think you're taking this seriously. Life is too important to be taken seriously, darling. Let's get Vincent fucked up. Because Natalia used to work for him, right? So surely he would maybe know a thing or two. Although, unless if she kept it secret, then maybe not. Delectable. Good job. Well, Vincent, while I have you here, do you by chance know anything about this? Natalia tried seducing Mr. Dragos and have him write his daughter out of his will? I have played plenty of poker games with Alina's father, but rarely spoken to the girl. I heard plenty of stories about her intelligence, however. You think it could be a motive for murder? Well, it would be a shame to see a sharp mind behind bars, but crimes deserve punishment. You know all about that, don't you? Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Need from me? I would like... Guy I totally did not accuse of murder. I would like for you... Really? I didn't know about that. What do you need from me? I need you to fuck off and never talk to me again. I believe this is Wednesday? No, we're on Saturday. It literally says it right there, you dumb idiot. We're eavesdropping. Let's listen in. The group of 20-somethings sit in a semicircle, sipping happily. No, those are imported. A lot of textiles are made in other... I've had a lot to drink. God damn. So what you're saying is, if I purchased a coat from your shop you work at, made by you, it's more of a assemblage? Everything is, at this point. I mean, if I've made some of the patterns and picked out some of the fabric, but yes, most of the stuff is designed by my boss, and I just switch it together, sort of. Didn't I get my tote from Seems Good? I think your parents might have visited. I nearly got to work on one of Olivia Carmine's outfits, though before my boss got back from his trip. Apparently the two of them go back long enough that he worked as her stylist for a bit. She's very picky about who she lets touch her clothes. She's probably very hush-hush about her sizings. Whatever. Ugh. I've heard all the sorts of rumors like that about celebrities. Thankfully, if I need anything modified, Maria can just do it. Now that must be handy. Say, Maria, think you could fix up a few pieces I have? I'd just take it to the store. I don't have the equipment at home. Anyway, I'm getting a drink. Maria, want anything on me? Surprise me. If you're grabbing drinks, I'd love an evening prayer. S'il vous plaît. Sure. So Wendy wants an evening prayer. Maria wants whatever, and then Alina's getting something, so here, let me click on her. Alina sits down, wordlessly. For a while, she looks down at her hands, seemingly in a trance. What can I get you, Alina? Do you remember what I said about Natalia? I do. I regret saying it. I regret it a lot. I saw my dad yesterday, and he's basically a husk. I didn't like her, and yeah, she was a floozy. But making fun of her dying like that, that's not me. It was a bit cold, admittedly. She threatened to have me written off. But at the same time, if my father was just following her lead, I should be upset with him. Perhaps I need to stop trying to shift my father around like he's a pawn. He's a grown man, and he can take care of himself. Anyway, enough about that. Alright then. Let's catch up on the gossip. You seem genuinely disturbed about what happened to Natalia. Yes, it's affecting me quite badly. Someone dying like that, it makes you realize money isn't everything. I guess there's more to life than my inheritance. Sometimes I think I should just let them write me off and lose everything. Maybe the fear is worse than reality. It'd be foolish though. If father doesn't give me the money, he'll just waste it on the casino. Maybe something needs to change. I gave up on trying to make him a better person a long time ago. But still, I told myself it was just the company he kept. Natalia wasn't the issue, my father was. When my mother left, he was happy. That he had an excuse to gamble, that is. He's not grieving, he's greedy. Maybe it's the alcohol talking, but I've been learning a lot about myself lately. Either way, on to other things and topics, please. Right. Okay, Claire, I know you're in a good mood, but it seems I can finally ask you this now, allegedly. Can you tell me what happened when you were chased? Let me get my thoughts straight. I'm not easily spooked. But I really feel like I was almost part of a real bad scene. Take your time. Well, when I left here on Thursday, I saw someone across the street in an alley lighting a cigarette with a match. When I walked past them, I turned and saw them creeping up on me. When I grokked, they were trying to keep out of sight. I started walking faster, but they followed. Fast. I can rumble with the best of them. But the Bukovi River is full of dames who had an inflated opinion of their martial prowess. Shifu told me the best way to defend yourself is with your feet. When you can run, you should run. When I got home, I started to doubt whether it was really happening. Was I being paranoid? And when I thought about contacting the police, I knew all the questions they'd asked. What were you doing out so late, little lady? I heard you got into a fight with a criminal before. Is that right, officer? Yeah. But that was way back before Prohibition. Could it be the same person? Maybe. Why were you fighting? He was some goon / henchman type. He groped me while I was working at the bar. He pegged me for another dame who'd just freeze up when he threatened me, just because I owe some money. Well, if he's gonna choose violence, I'll choose violence too. I dragged him out by the collar and dumped him on the street. Fuck yeah. Claire smiles in a way that shows she's boasting. She wants to show how capable she is in taking care of herself. That's badass. Right. I work down the road, so the risk is the same. If I don't work, I starve. So what option I got? Do you know who it was? I didn't really see them. There aren't any lights in the alleyways, so all I really saw was someone lighting their cigarette with a match. It didn't give off enough light to see who it was. Not much to go on. Every time someone lights up near me now, I break out in a cold sweat. Probably just paranoia. Still, be careful. See you next time. Interesting. Very interesting.